It's almost Easter. And when I think of Easter, I think of bunnies, and I think of springtime, and I think of flowers and sun. And I found a story called It Just Blooms, and that reminds me of Easter. It's written by Deanna Chesley and illustrated by Roxana Osley-Zelo. Blossom woke up one morning and looked out the window. The sun was just beginning to peek through the clouds and warm up the ground outside. It looked like the perfect day to go play in the meadow. After breakfast, Blossom waved goodbye to her mama and hopped outside to find her friends. As she hopped along the path, she looked up and saw her friend Honey. Honey loved to flutter her wings and fly as fast as she could, soaring from flower to flower. "Hi, Blossom. Do you want to fly over the meadow to look at all the beautiful flowers with me?" Honey asked. Of course she did. Blossom thought flying around the meadow sounded like so much fun, but there was one teeny tiny problem. Sadly, she called up to Honey. "I cannot fly. I do not have any wings." "Okay," said Honey. She waved goodbye with a quick flutter of her wings and flew off into the meadow. As Blossom hopped further down the path, the pine cone tumbled to the ground and landed right in front of her paws. She looked up into the pine tree to see her friend Scooter. Scooter called down, "Hi, Blossom. I'm going to climb all the way to the top of the tree. Do you want to come climbing with me?" Of course she did. Who wouldn't want to climb a big tree like a squirrel? But there was one teeny tiny problem. "That sounds like so much fun, Scooter, but I cannot climb up a tree. I can only hop," Blossom said, disappointed. Scooter quickly waved goodbye and then scurried up the tree so high that Blossom could not see him anymore. Blossom continued hopping down the path until she stopped at the pond. She saw her friend Finny. Finny was hopping from one lily pad to the next. He could hop right across the pond without getting wet at all. Finny waved at Blossom. "Come hop across these lily pads with me. We will have so much fun." Blossom was excited because she was a good hopper, just like Finny. She gave a big push and hopped as hard as she could onto the lily pad. Only she didn't land on top of the lily pad at all. With a big splash, the water went flying everywhere, and Blossom found herself soaking wet in the middle of the pond. "Oops, I guess I'm too big for lily pad jumping," she called out to Finny as she shook the water off of her ears. Finny waved goodbye and hopped away on the lily pads. Blossom climbed out of the water and stayed shivering by the side of the pond. She decided to just go home instead of continuing on to the meadow to play. Blossom hopped back down the path, feeling quite discouraged. When she returned home, she found her mama waiting outside to greet her. Mama was excited to hear about Blossom's fun adventures with her friends. "Oh, Mama," Blossom said sadly, "it was a very hard day. I didn't get to play with anybody at all. I cannot fly through the sky like Honey the hummingbird. I wish I had wings. I cannot race up tall trees like Scooter the squirrel. I wish I could climb trees. I cannot hop across the pond on lily pads like Finny the frog. I wish I were smaller." Mama put her arm around Blossom and gave her a hug. "Those things can be very frustrating, can't they, Blossom? I know just the solution. Come with me and I will show you something," said Mama. Mama took Blossom's hand and together they hopped around the back of the house and into the garden. "Do you see all the different kinds of flowers in the garden?" Mama asked. "Yes, I do, Mama. I see roses, poppies, tulips, and so many more." "The garden is very special," exclaimed Mama, "because there are many kinds of flowers that grow in different colors, sizes, and shapes. Each flower is unique. There are tall flowers and short flowers. There are pink, yellow, and white flowers. Some flowers have big petals and some have small petals." You are like these flowers, said Mama. I don't think I quite understand, Blossom said, feeling confused. You have noticed that you and your friends are different. Some of you can climb trees, and some of you cannot. Some of you have wings, and some of you do not. You can all do different things, and that's what makes you all special in your own way, explained Mama. Blossom was starting to understand, so being different is good, she asked her mom. Yes, Blossom, said Mama, smiling at her. It's okay that you are not just the same as your friends. You have your own talents, like digging holes and hopping high into the air. A grin started to spread across Blossom's face as she thought about these things. You and your friends are special and unique, just like all the different flowers in the garden, said Mama. Always remember, Blossom, a flower does not compare itself to the flower next to it. It just blooms. All of you are very special in your own way, so go and bloom. Love you.